video. Today's is slightly different. Rosie's downstairs playing nicely, I hope. Today's video is real talk, real mum talk, real homeschooling talk. Now, for those of you who haven't been subscribed for very long, my daughter isn't compulsory school age yet. We don't have to be doing anything. When she was 3, because I was quite anxious about homeschooling her, I didn't want her to fall behind with school, where they would be. If she had gone to a school nursery, what would they have taught her? What did I make sure I wanted to cover with her? So we started doing handwriting, we started doing numbers, letters, colours. I mean, we started when she was 2 anyway. She already knew her colours, which apparently is amazing. She already knew all of her colours when she was 2. And our health visitor said, I'm glad you're homeschooling. I think she will get bored in school. So I thought I'd make today's video about how I've been doing it, the phase she's going through at the moment, how we're dealing with it, and the realities. So this is for you parents out there really who are, you're pregnant, you're thinking, how is this going to go? How are we going to do this? So me and Rosie, since she was really, really little, we've always got up first thing in the morning. First thing we've done is read books. When she turned 3, we turned it into circle time. Or I think we were doing it even before she was 3. So circle time includes 1 fiction, 1 non-fiction, and 1 Welsh book for us, because we live in Wales and we're learning Welsh. Then it started to include like going through phonics. So we'd go through flashcards. So part of circle time would be like laying all the flashcards on the floor, saying to her, go and stand on the letter T, go and jump on the letter M. And same with numbers. We do numbers like that too. If you go back to our earlier videos, you'll be able to see exactly how we did that. But yeah, so our day kind of, we're not a whole day homeschool either, and I don't suggest you start off like that. I'm not a seasoned homeschooler. I don't have 1 kid already through the system. This is my first. This is what I'm learning so far. We're completely child-led. So I have what are called invitation to play and learning shelves. So what I do is I think of a theme for her. I think what I want her to get out of it. So say we're doing Wales at the moment. I want her to know it's where we live, what the capital city is, where it is on a map, and just some key features of Wales, of where we live, and understand some of our culture. So the Tavoil, which I posted yesterday, was perfect because she's got right involved. She was singing with her Cilch as well. For those of you who don't know, Cilch is a Welsh word for a playgroup nursery sort of thing. So she goes to a Cilch on a Monday to help with the Welsh. She can only go until she's 5, so we're trying to really get in on that whilst she's old enough to attend that Welsh group. So what I might do is like castles in Wales is a perfect opportunity to like practice the letter W, writing, recognising it, the sound with it, the fact that Wales, the animal Wales, the country are 2 different things. Sorry, we've got pigeons on the roof outside my window, if you wonder what I keep looking at. It's also a perfect opportunity for counting, or spot the difference. I could do one of my resources, which I might do for her, might be to draw 2 pictures of a castle and then spot the difference, have differences, things like that. So yeah, how you might want to start with your little one is just have some shelves with some things that are educational toys that you just leave. And then some of them need adult help, and some of them will be like a jigsaw puzzle, and they can just go over and pull it out and everything. It's just in a more displayed place so that it's not buried amongst all their other toys. It's very clearly a different area, and you can call it your learning area, so they get used to like a learning area. We don't learn all day like that. We go out a lot. We go on lots of trips. She gets lots of free play, lots of free time. She gets lots of music. At the moment she's free playing downstairs with some Legos, and she's listening to Oliver. And I'll have to go check on her in a minute because she's very quiet and she's making a little clicky noise. So I'm not sure what she's up to. Second part of this video is going to be about the phase she's currently going through. So at the moment she's almost 4. She's in August, she's going to be 4, and she's going through this horrible phase. She's hitting. She is refusing to do things she previously used to do, like brushing her teeth and getting dressed and walking sometimes. She's just refusing to walk sometimes. We have tried a thinking spot. We are taking toys away from her when she's mean. We've tried talking to her. We've tried not shouting at her and stuff, but the only two things that seem to be working at the moment are either shouting when it really, really gets to the head of it, but we're trying to reserve that for danger. We're trying to reserve shouting for, we don't shout unless something's dangerous. So she's going to hurt someone else or she's going to hurt herself. That's what shouting's for. So I'm looking down there. All her toys that have been confiscated are on my floor at the moment. There's more down the other side of my bed. All her princesses are out of her bed at the moment, and she's losing Winnie the Pooh friends because they're the ones she cares more about at the moment. She doesn't seem to care about her princesses, but she does care about Winnie the Pooh. So the only way we're getting that is every time we hear the phrase, but I don't want to, it's like, baby, if I hear you say that again, one of your friends is going. And if she says it again, we remove a friend. If she doesn't say it again and she gets on with it, then that's fine. And if she does something without being asked, she can have 2 friends back. If she does something when she's asked, then she can have 1 friend back. So we're trying to motivate her to be, use her initiative to do stuff herself. So that'd be really, really handy. So the realities of homeschooling are, some mornings your child will get up and will come downstairs and listen lovely for your circle time, if that's what you choose to do, and they'll do your activity and they'll, mummy, can I help? Mummy, can I help you wash up? We have mornings like that where Rosie comes down, she listens to circle time, she engages, she does all her songs, she does everything. She goes over to her shelves, she does her sheet straight away, she eats her breakfast nicely, she comes and helps me wash up afterwards, she'll go and brush her teeth, take herself to the toilet. We have days like that. We also have days where, like this morning, where I said to her, what do you want for breakfast? And I gave her 3 options and she said, you choose. And I said, well, I fancy porridge, we're having porridge. And instead of saying to me, mummy, that's the one thing I didn't want, or I don't want that, because she's my little girl, she's very good with her language, she was perfectly capable of saying this to me, for those of you going, but she's only this old, maybe she doesn't know how to tell you. Rosie does. Rosie is very vocal, very forward, she's got enough vocabulary to say, mummy, I don't want that this morning. She's going to make me choose, I'm going to make what I want. So I brought her breakfast in and she just looked at it for ages and just said, I don't want that. We're not wasting a bowl of porridge. No. And it sat there and I said, if you don't eat that now, you're having that for dinner tonight when we get home. And she sat there. I ate mine. I drank my cup of tea. I went and washed up and I started chopping some mushrooms for tea tonight. And eventually I heard, yum, 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 yum. And she ate the whole bowl of porridge. She actually ate the whole bowl. So sometimes I would have just gone fine and I'd have taken the bowl away from her, I'd have thrown it away and just said, you're not having anything else. This morning I left it there and she actually ate it. She also didn't want to listen to circle time this morning. She just, until she saw the Little Princess book, and then she did. She doesn't want anything to do with her shelves at the moment. So we've reached a point with preschool homeschooling where, I mean, she would officially go to school, like reception age, this September. So I also don't want her to fall behind with some of the basic stuff. So what I think I'm going to do now, and if you want someone who's been doing this with their kids longer and already can tell you what works and stuff, I can recommend some other channels. But if you want to come on our journey with us and what's working, so far she's responded well to the big activities, big immersive ones where I decorate the living room with all the under the sea creatures and we do under the sea for a couple of weeks. Castles, we decorate the living room in a castle way and get props out and stuff like that, and we learn. We visited Cardiff Castle yesterday and things like that. Big projects like that she has been engaging with, but it's becoming really, really tiresome for me, making all the resources for her when she is in such a destructive mood at the moment. So I figured what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be completely child-led. I'm not going to put any projects on for her. So normally I plan 6 weeks at a time. So I plan 3 projects in a row, then we have a week off. Or sometimes we just do 2 projects in a row and then have a week off, because it's a lot of work for whoever's preparing it. What I'm going to do, actually, we have a week, we have her birthday month off anyway. We normally have August off. So we're coming up to July, so I think I'm just going to be completely child-led. I'm going to leave workbooks on her side for her. I'm going to insist on doing some workbooks each day to keep the pen work up. We're probably going to go back to the basics with circle time, we're going to start getting our phonics cards out again. So we're going to do more with circle time. We're going to do our Welsh songs, we're going to do our books, we're going to do phonics, and we might look at our number chart in the morning, but that is going to be it. The rest of the day, I'm not going to plan anything around her. We're going to do 10 minutes of a workbook, and then she's going to lead. So my homeschooling method isn't quite unschooling because of circle time. Basically, circle time encompasses everything I think she needs to learn at this age, so that if something did happen and she had to go to school, she wouldn't be behind. She's ahead with her knowledge. She's ahead with a lot of stuff, but the basics, like the holding the pen correctly, using scissors and stuff like that, because we're out so much, we don't. School has designated days, times that they do all this stuff. They have someone that comes around and makes sure that they do them. So you can, when you're homeschooling, you can end up missing a skill that you're like, oh yeah, they can't use scissors yet and they're 7. Oops, we better do some scissor work. It is quite easy to miss things because you just get on with your life. You get on with things and you do things when they crop up. And if you don't end up using scissors while they're 5, 6, then they don't end up using scissors. So it's basic stuff I just want to cover with her for our circle time, but otherwise it is I'm just going to leave it up to her now. What I wanted to do in September was I wanted to take her around the world, and I wanted to we've started with Wales now, and then we were going to move over to, in September we were going to go England, Scotland, Ireland, then into the rest of Europe. We were going to go and see what was in Europe and stuff. We were going to go visit the countries, like a week on each country, and go around the world, because I thought that was a really nice way to actually start her official school year. And we may still do that, but it depends on her attitude and whether this phase is over yet. I really don't see the point in forcing her or making stuff for her when she's not appreciating it, and she shouldn't necessarily have to appreciate it at this age, because I don't think she's even capable of knowing what that is or what that feeling is. But I keep being told, don't judge homeschooling on the preschool years. The amount of phases that the little children go through can make you think, do you know what? I don't think I can do this. I think I'd be perfectly happy to send her to someone else for 6 hours a day to deal with her, so that I can have a break, sort of thing. It's very easy to get into that mindset when your child's going through one of these really, really awkward phases. It's really easy to think, right, yeah, this isn't for me. I think we're going to have a horrible relationship if I keep going down this route with her. But I keep being told, don't judge it by the preschool years. Once they get through these awkward phases, or their emotions are in check, they know how to regulate themselves and their emotions, and the logic part of their brain kicks in. Apparently homeschooling is an absolute the loveliest thing you could do with your kids, because you build such a close bond with them, and they understand you're a person. You're not just mum, who they don't know what she does when they go off to school. They don't realise you have a life, you have feelings, you get on. They actually understand how to run a house. They understand what you're doing all day and stuff like that. So I've been told it's really, really nice once they get to that point where they can understand all that. We have got to the point where I'm holding in there at the moment, so I'm just going to go completely child-led, so that we can just enjoy each other and try and get some of these basic skills down, and just work out how we're going to deal with this whole she doesn't want to, because I don't want her becoming a lazy child. So I'm going to wrap it up there for now. If you have any questions, please comment below, or if you have anything that you think I missed that you'd like me to cover in another video about homeschooling realities. We do have days where Rosie refuses to do anything, and I think that's completely normal, and I'm perfectly happy when we have a week sometimes where she I won't let it go on longer than a week. Then I'm like, right, we had our week off, come on, let's get back to it. And back to it at her age is just basically, what's this letter? Can you read this word? Can you blend this word? Can you do the letters and blend it? When I say get back to it, it's not like sit down. We don't do school at home. We do a lot of hands-on, real-life learning in our homeschooling method. I don't know what we would be. We're a little bit structured. We've still got to pick a style as well, because whether we want to do Charlotte Mason, we've still got to pick which way we want to go, really, or whether we're just going to make our own way. So if you're interested, do stay tuned. for now. I hope this comforts anyone who's in the phase of, I can't do this. I think I'm going to have to send him to school. I've been told to hang in there. You're not the only mum going through it. Everything is good. Enjoy your little one. And yeah, good luck as well. But for now, it's ta-ta from me and ta-ta from the Rosie Bear.